What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching TF4 Talk. This is just a web series where we're talking about Transformers Age of Extinction. This is episode number 11, and in this episode, we are going to talk about something that has been on the minds of a lot of fans who have watched Transformers Age of Extinction. And that topic in this video is the creators. And more importantly, who are the creators? Now, the creators are exactly what they sound like. They created something, specifically Transformers, but we don't know very much about them. They're very mysterious, and when I think about the creators, I don't think of the creators as mysterious characters. I think of the creators as an idea, a concept, the concept that has never been explored before, and that is, we were led to believe that the Allspark created life on Cybertron. They created the Autobots and the Decepticons, who weren't originally battling against each other. They weren't foes. But now, it has been revealed in Transformers Age of Extinction by Lockdown that Optimus Prime was not born. He was built, and the creators want him back. Now, the idea, or rather the creators, were mentioned both in vocally and suggested visually in the beginning, middle, and end of the movie. All right. At the beginning, you see a flashback scene back in the Cretaceous era. I think it's the Cretaceous era, where you have all these giant ships arriving on Earth, perhaps 65 million years ago, the time of the dinosaurs. Okay, and then you see this mysterious alien hand, this organic hand. It's not really a button, but he dips his hand into some kind of like a bowl of sludge, and it activates the seed to be deployed, or this kind of this thing, okay, this thing that really has the ability to cyberform. Their technology has the ability to cyberform the surface of wherever the seed is detonated at. Okay, in other words, it led to the extinction. The deployment of this seed led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Okay, so that's who we are led to believe who destroyed or who created the extinction of the dinosaurs. It was these creators. Okay, and with this seed technology, they cyberform, and what that means is that they are able to create, I guess, this transformium material out of organic life that is cyberformed. Okay, so in this case, they were born. They gave birth to the Transformers. Okay, now the second time that the creators is mentioned is when Lockdown captures Optimus Prime, and he says this exact quote, and that is, "You think you were born? You were built. And your creators want you back." Okay, so, you know, that right away was making me think, okay, this is really going into like a different direction for the Transformers live action universe, because we're exploring more of the history and the lore of the Transformers mythos, which is great. I'm glad that Michael Bay decided to go in this direction, because it really leaves it open for the future of the franchise. So it's definitely a great thing. But it leaves a lot of the fans like questioning and wondering what is going to happen next. And this is where it leads us to the end of the movie, where the third time that the creators are mentioned. And that is Optimus Prime flying off into outer space, which is just completely ridiculous to me, flying off to outer space to meet his creators. I don't even know if he knows where he's going, and if he's going to run out of energon, or his Allspark is going to run low, his life force is going to run low before he even gets to his creators. He's going to have to make a pit stop somewhere on some planet. But anyways, okay, the fact is that the creators is a theme that runs throughout the movie. Okay, in the first and second and third act of the film. So, which means that in Transformers 5 or Transformers 6, we are going to get to know who these creators are, because that is definitely the direction in which these films are going in. Now, keep in mind that Lorenzo de Bonaventura and Michael Bay stated that these are all standalone films. So Michael Bay. So Optimus Prime doesn't necessarily have to meet the creators in the 5th film, but possibly in the 6th film. But anyways, that's all up to speculation. I don't want to talk about that. Let's just talk about the creators. Now, if the Allspark was not the thing that gave life to Optimus Prime, then it's these creators. Then doesn't that mess up the continuity a little bit? Or is this reboot of that Transformers Age of Extinction completely wipes out the history of the previous 3 films? Because let me explain something to you. When Michael Bay said that this is a standalone film, it is just that, okay? That's what I believe, okay? Because whatever happened in the first, second, and third film is vaguely connected with Age of Extinction. I feel that whatever happens in Transformers 5 and 6 is where they can make it like so that there's some sort of continuity. Because now they're really exploring, like, you know, the mythos further, you know, beyond where it is right now. Okay, so it really opens the doors for who these creators are, discovering who these creators are. Now, one thing you got to ask yourself is that, are the creators the Quintessons? Okay, because if you follow G1, it is the Quintessons who created the Transformers. They created them to do their bidding. Okay, there was never Autobots, there was never Decepticons. There was those who were servants, and there were the military types to carry out aggressive tasks. Okay, and the Quintessons, if you remember them from Generation 1, were made up of these levitating tentacle-like beings. They're very alien-like. They're kind of organic because they have these tentacles, but they're levitating on this kind of a pod. And there was actually like 3 different Quintessons. Okay, one of them is the judges, which have 5 faces, and each face represents an emotion, but it also represents yeah, you know what? It represents an emotion. And, you know, I can't remember what they are, but let me just read them out right here. And that is okay. Laughter, bitterness, doubt, rage, and death. And the most common judge face that we see is the skeleton one, and that is death, because the verdict is always death. If you remember Transformers, the 1986 movie, no matter what, whether he's guilty or innocent, the verdict is always death. The penalty or the sentence is always death. And then they feed these defendants to the Sharkticons. There's actually 2 types of Sharkticons. There's the Sharkticons and Alicons, which is an unofficial name. But the Sharkticons are these beings that do their duty and transform into sharks. Okay. Now the other 2 Quintessons are there's the bailiff, there's the prosecutor, and then there's the scientist. Okay, and you'll see all these guys in Transformers, the 1986 film. Okay, but the one that you see the most is the judges. The one that you remember the most is the judges. Okay, now that you know who the Quintessons are, and now you know that the creators do exist in the live-action universe, the big question is, are the Quintessons the creators? Okay, I don't have that answer for you, but that's what we're led to believe, based on the history of Transformers. But in the live-action films, you gotta understand that the live-action films are the live-action films. They are loosely based off of Generation 1, or wherever they take their source material from. They're loosely based off of that. The creators do not have to be the Quintessons. For all we know, they could just be called the creators, and they can look nothing like the Quintessons themselves. Okay, hold on 1 second. So they might not even look like the Quintessons. They might not even have tentacles. They might not even be levitating. They might, in fact, just look like these organic alien beings, just like how we saw some organic alien beings inside of Lockdown's night ship. Okay, it really showed us that you know, there's some like alien organisms that aren't necessarily all cybernetic or robotic looking. You know what I'm saying? So, however Michael Bay or whoever is directing Transformers 5 or 6 makes the creators look like, doesn't have to make them look like the Quintessons. In fact, they don't even have to name them the Quintessons. But if I gotta tell you if it's the Quintessons, I'm going to say that no, it's not the Quintessons. It is the creators. Maybe they have their own name, but in the live action universe, I don't believe they're going to call them the Quintessons. I believe that they're just going to be called the creators or something entirely different. And they might not even speak English. They'll speak Cybertronian or whatever language it is that they speak over there. Maybe they don't even communicate by speaking. You got to treat these creator characters like full-on aliens, okay? I mean, we're talking about 65 million years ago, so who knows? But those are my thoughts on who the creators are. Now, I feel that what is going to happen when Optimus Prime meets the creators? Like, what is going to happen? Like, I feel like really wondering, what is it going to prove? What purpose does it serve? I mean, it's going to be very interesting. I want to see it. I'm anxious to see what happens, but what purpose does it really serve? Is it going to destroy the creators with the seed? You know, with a taste of their own weapon? So who knows? But, you know what? But with regards to who the creators are, the creators are the alien life forms that created the Transformers, and I don't think they're the Quintessons. I don't think that at all. I think that the creators are the creators, and we'll find out what they are. Now, keep in mind this, okay? I want you guys to wrap your head around this, okay? Michael Bay or Aaron Kruger or anybody in the production, they don't even know who the creators are, okay? And you're probably thinking, wait, what are you talking about? They made it. They wrote the film, okay? Why wouldn't they know who the creators are? Well, one thing for sure is that Michael Bay doesn't even know if he's directing the 5th one. Aaron Kruger doesn't even know if he's going to be writing the 5th one. Hell, they wrote this as they made this film as a standalone film, but they wanted to leave it open for whoever decides to take on the franchise next, whether it be a new director, a new writer, or even a new or Michael Bay himself. They left that completely open, and when they decide to write this new movie, Transformers 5, they're gonna write it from scratch. Okay, they didn't write Transformers: Age of Extinction as like a prequel to something else. They wrote it as a standalone film. So whatever happens next is completely left to be completely open. Okay, so they can do whatever they want. Okay, I mean they're open to do whatever they want. They don't have to follow any specific rules. So because of that, I feel that they're going to, when they decide that they're going to work on Transformers 5, they're going to start putting their heads together and trying to figure out what the creators are going to look like, what they are, the history of the creators. Hell, they might even change the history of Transformers. And some fans might think that they'd be screwing it up. But you got to keep in mind that the live-action universe stands on its own. Okay, it doesn't continue from where the source material left off, or it doesn't actually follow the source material completely. It's just using that as a reference. Michael Bay, Aaron Kruger, the producers, they just go to Hasbro for reference. That's all they do, okay? And they go to them for ideas. But Hasbro gives the filmmakers complete freedom in terms of creativity on what they can do, okay? So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. I just want to fill you guys in on my thoughts on who the creators are, and I don't believe that the creators are the Quintessons, okay? The Quintessons are the creators of Transformers in Generation 1. This is not Generation 1. This is the live-action universe as created by Michael Bay and written by Aaron Kruger. And because of that, you know what? Things are going to be different. And I'm welcoming that. I'm welcoming that because I don't need to see a rehash of what we've already seen. I want to see brand new ideas. And what I saw in Transformers Age of Extinction was very fresh, you know, in terms of the concepts. It was very fresh, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. Alright? So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. Why don't you let me know your thoughts on what we can expect to see from Transformers 5 with regards to who the creators are and what they're all about. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Also, make sure you stay tuned for the next video, because I am going to show you how you can win stuff, and also I'm going to get you ready for the pre-order of the next batch of VIP passes, and you're not going to want to miss out because there's going to be special promotion for it. Alright? And finally, last thing I want to say is that I made I edited a music video, a Battle Cry fan edit music video performed by Imagine Dragons. If you want to check that out, click the link at the end of this video. Okay, it took a lot of time to put together, and I just want to let you know that all the clips that I use in the music video were 100% grabbed from all the marketing, whether it be TV spots, teasers, trailers, featurettes, and clips that were made available publicly on the internet. So all those clips were grabbed from the internet that was made publicly available, okay? And check that out. If you can't check it out and if it doesn't work on your country due to copyright, then go over to the Ragin Nation Facebook page, and I've posted a link there so that you can watch it. Just go to the photo album of the Ragin Nation Facebook page and you can see the video posted there, and you can leave the comments below. And if you enjoyed it, please share it, okay? I put a lot of work and time into it, and you know, it'd be cool to have the little project of mine shared so that more people can enjoy it, okay? And there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram, @The Ragin Nation. I'll see you next time. Peace. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We're almost there. We're almost, like, totally there. You know, because it's a big box, it takes a little